Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Josh May, and I'm here with Patrick Snipes.
Hey, everybody.
And this is the ACO presented by Storm Discs, second round.
Roswell, New Mexico at Enchanted Lands Park. We start these on hole number 9. We have A.Collins at 11 under, A.Hoop at 9 under, D.Hernandez at 7 under, J.Weldon at 6, and K.Carter at 6 also. Hole number 9, 240 foot. A really neat little starting hole, kind of tough. It does have OB all around the basket. Aaron had a really hot round starting off this morning. Let's see how he does.
It's a nice shot. Looks like you put it right on the pin. This is an island hole here.
Austin with a little forehand, very nice.
Nice shot. And I think you'll see predominant forehands on this hole. This hole kind of lays out for a forehand.
There's David Lee. Oh,
Looking a little low.
he got that pole. He is definitely going to be at the,
The drop zone.
thank you.
J.Weldon here with the forehand. You can get over that little wall.
Oh,
Ooh.
and barely does.
Barely gets over it.
But that'll count. And here's K.Carter. We saw him on the first round. He is going back to that overhand play.
Okay. The tomahawk thumber, I guess.
Yeah, and as you've seen, it came down pretty close to the basket.
Oh, nice
Here's
shot.
David at the drop zone. Oh, and just squeaking it in.
A good roll. He should have an easy drop in 4 right here.
Jason had a really decent round this morning. He did miss some putts.
Just a little off on that putt. Kirby for a 2.
Jason to clean up. David Lee, one of my favorite golfers in the area. I haven't been able to spend a lot of time out, but it seems that when I do go out, I get to see David.
This is Austin Hoop for a 2 and A.Collins for a 2. Yeah, I played that first round with A.Collins, and man, he was lighting it up.
Hole number 10, 295 foot. There's a couple of routes here. You can go with the forehand or the backhand route. We do have OB on both sides of the hole.
This isn't an easy hole, but for some reason that OB it's there. It scares you. It makes you a little nervous. Aaron's playing that big hyzer kind of out over the OB, probably throwing a mid.
Oh, hopefully that one stayed in. Austin with the forehand.
See, and I really prefer the forehand play. I didn't see a lot of guys throwing the forehand, but personally, I prefer the forehand play on this hole.
Kirby with Team Storm.
Playing real wide out there over OB, but perfect.
Oh, nice. The wind is coming right to left for these guys. Jason with a real strong forehand. He's going to use it a lot.
Great skip there. We have David. He's taking more of a kind of a direct straight route at it.
And without the skip, that would have been great. A little skip put him out a little bit.
Should be inbound still.
Looks like Aaron was in bounds. Oh, just a little short.
Here's David with what, about 20, 25 foot? Something to the basket?
Yeah. Yep. And,
A little low.
yeah, and that wind it's coming, as you can see. He's nearly straight in his face.
I think that headwind's messing with them just a little bit, trying to leave it a little low, expecting that lift. That's all right. He's cleaning up a 3 here.
And Kirby, as I saw in the first round, he has a really good routine. Aaron, maybe he can keep his hot streak going.
That thing's wanting to spit out on him a little bit. A 2 from Jason.
Here's a little separation for the top 2 guys, Aaron and Austin. They've got a 3-stroke lead on 11. It's a 267 foot. There's also a hyzer and a forearm shot on this one also. You probably like the forehand on this one also?
I do. I like to play a wide hyzer and play the skip in.
Kind of
Looks like
what?
That's about what he wanted that a little wide, just around that tree, but that was setting up to be a great shot. And you do have that wall of trees behind the basket, and the forehand, you can kind of play it both ways. You may hit the trees, they're so thick, and just stop right there with about a 15-foot putt. That's a great shot from Kirby there.
Kirby gets it to roll.
But you do risk skipping into the trees and having a kind of a hard putt back at the basket if you do get through them.
And mentioning those trees, they are the thickest area in the park.
For sure. That was a great shot, backhand by Jason. The backhand's there too. I played both lines depending on the wind, so they're both there for sure. Aaron playing the backhand.
Oh, a little deep.
Just a little bit deep in those trees. He should have a round circle's edge putt though from there.
And David Lee, he's also going backhand.
Yes.
And he makes it through.
And he must have got caught up with the tree just a little bit.
He actually pushed up into the trees, as you were mentioning earlier.
Okay.
My camera work just wasn't quite on. Oh, and
that's a
what
great
a
run.
great lineup for Austin.
And there's those trees we're talking about. But you know, you can straddle and you can find a gap through them. There's plenty of gaps there.
Yeah, he just didn't quite get the height on that one. Let's see what Mr. Collins has got. Oh.
Just off a little bit there.
Yeah, that tree messed with his swing. And Austin putting in that par, a little upset with himself.
Kirby with another two. That's a good start to the round for Kirby.
And David, even on those short ones, you need to take your time. Make sure you get it right.
Especially on these baskets, they're not bad, but if you do have a little bit of a hard putt, they will spin on you a little bit.
Hole number 12, 322 foot. This is a modified tee pad. It doesn't really change the footage of the hole much. You do have a forehand and you do have an Anheuser backhand.
And last year, there's actually a sneaky hyzer route, but I doubt we're going to see anyone play it. It kind of closed up this year.
The first round, we had Cody Bucklew try that route.
Okay, through the trees on this right side over here.
Yeah, and he ended up hitting the tree and rolling.
Okay.
But it was an interesting line.
It's a good line, but if you catch the tree, it's very punishing.
Oh, kind of like it there.
Yeah.
Jason had a decent forehand, but he just caught that tree.
That one's looking good.
Getting low, getting the skip,
Right
pushing
there.
up into the circle.
About 20 foot out. I seen people take the inside forehand there, and I seen some people take the wide forehand around that tree and try to really play for the skip. And here's your backhand turnover line.
Yeah, a little bit short, a little bit overturned.
Yeah, I think that right to left wind might have just pulled it down a hair on him.
Yeah, because we are kind of guarded at the box a little bit, and as you get into the fairway, the wind does open up a little bit more.
Yes, it's a little tricky from the box. You don't feel it near as much as you do once you walk out about 50, 60 foot away from it.
Here's David with a little forehand trying to place a disc up there.
That's
Does
a good
good.
shot. See if Aaron can get this one.
Oh.
Yeah, he's just gonna, well, maybe a little half bid.
I think it was. You couldn't really tell. Jason is definitely.
Yeah,
I
well,
thought he was going for that.
you know, the wind was picking up this second round, so maybe they're just playing it safe, taking their threes here.
Way to go, Kirby.
That's 3 in a row for Kirby, isn't it?
Yeah, he started off strong. That was a good looking putt. Oh, darn it.
Man.
David cleaning up.
Austin Hoop with the 2 there. It's a good 2.
Oh, darn it. Sure he wasn't looking for a bogey on that one.
No, for that's one of the ones you really want to be getting the 2 on.
Well, here we go. It took Austin to the lead there with 12 under.
Now, I really feel like this little portion of the course is the scoreable side for sure, in my opinion.
Hole number 13, 250 foot. Pretty straightforward. You can throw pretty much anything you feel comfortable with.
Yeah, you do have the Mando tree on the right, which I don't really see anyone playing a real wide hyzer at it, but it's a good shot from Kirby, just playing straight at it. A little short.
That wind's coming from the left for these guys. Maybe even into the face a little bit.
And Austin must have caught that one tree on the left side, I guess.
Pulled it a little bit far left. I think
Okay.
you're right.
Jason going straight at it. That wind just not quite letting it
Not
hyzer back towards the basket.
David looks like he's lining up the backhand for a nice straight shot.
Yeah, that's looking good. Get that little hyzer skip. Well, still that wind's just kind of holding them straight.
Yeah, we are on a tee pad that's a little bit higher than the basket.
Yes, you are definitely throwing a little downhill, not too much, but you are throwing downhill. That's not a bad shot. That's actually going to leave him with a tailwind putt.
And there's where that Austin
Okay.
shot was, just not quite out of bounds, but
Okay, so he was still in.
yeah. Kirby outside the circle. That would have been nice to start with 4.
4 in a row would have been really nice.
Dang it. Just a little short on that. This has got a crossing wind from his right.
Yeah,
If he gets that right edge up, it'll just carry it away.
for sure, it's a little right to left, headwindish a little bit, but
Oh,
man, that was a good putt. Just
played off the basket through those light chains.
those baskets, they're tricky. See if David can convert a birdie right here.
Yeah.
That's a great putt.
Here's Austin. Hopefully he'll save his par. Oh, yeah, he did. Straight on the pole.
That's the second one I've seen hit pole and want to spit on him. But I'd rather hit pole than chains on these baskets for sure.
And Kirby.
Cleaning up the 3 there. And then we'll have Aaron and Jason dropping in for their 3s.
Yeah, I thought we would have seen more birdies on that one.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest hole in the course, I'd have to say.
Austin still in the lead by a shot. We're on hole 14, 413 foot with the Mando tree off to the right. There is OB to the right. The left is pretty wide open. If you're going to make a mistake, that's usually where these guys will make the mistake.
Yeah, you definitely want to be left, if anything, on this hole. You can see that tree out there with the Mando sign on it. And David trying to throw that turnover line.
Just didn't get that angle.
No, that's okay. I mean, you're not going to get the 2 out of that, but you're definitely safe to get the 3. This isn't not a hard 2, but definitely not an easy 2 either. It definitely takes a 400-foot putt to get it out there.
Yeah, and to get it close to the basket, oh my.
Yeah, you have
Takes quite a shot.
that one tree's kind of guarding the basket for sure right there. Let's see what Kirby, I'm sure he's going to throw a turnover here.
It's a pretty flippy little disc into the wind there.
Yeah, no one's looking like it's going to work for him.
It is, and it's riding off to the right.
Okay, wow, deep.
And it's actually a little deep of the basket, yeah.
Yeah, that's a pump right there from Kirby.
Give him one of the only birdie looks I'd seen.
That'll hold it. That's coming out. That was looking really good. Not a bad spot though.
Jason. Oh, a little more angle than the other guys, but not quite enough power on that to get it to move.
Aaron. That one looked like it's gonna work for him. Nope. Just
Yeah,
caught
kind of a
that
little bit of
Mando
that tree, yeah. And there he is. He should be able to get pretty close to the basket with this. That right side of the basket's opened up.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of the holes that it's a 2 or a 3. You don't expect to see many 4s on this unless someone goes out of bounds, but it's, if you come up short, it's a pretty simple up shot. But it's definitely a hole you're wanting to try to get the 2. You want to give it a look anyway.
Austin to save his.
That was his birdie putt, I believe, wasn't it?
No, that was a. I believe that was for his 3.
Oh, okay.
And that was past the basket. That was for a birdie.
Yeah, and really, that's kind of the spot you want to be on, is right side. You have a lot better look at the basket with this low hanging branches off this tree, like those right there.
Yeah, that's probably one of the only bogeys you'll see, and you need to get past this tree to open that basket up for you.
For sure.
Kirby with his comeback for par. Oh,
man.
Oh, from a birdie look to a bogey. Let's see how he shakes this off.
There it is. That's a good little comebacker. Even though it's for bogey, kind of stop the bleeding and move on to the next hole.
And Kirby has a really long way about him when he shoots. He takes his time.
Yeah.
He gets comfortable in his shot. That last shot was probably the quickest shot that he shot all around.
Which is good. You want to take your time, even on those those 10-footers. They're tournament play. They're a little nerve-wracking. You take your time, make sure you make the putt. So I think that was Austin's 3 putt right there, I believe, because he's still 12 down.
All right, hole 15. We have 539 foot. It's really a 2-shot par 4. There were guys that were making it to the edge of circle 2 and actually having putts at it. Let's see how David does.
I'm gonna swing it out wide over the road over there. Hopefully it's gonna skip back.
It is skipping, but it doesn't. It does kick the curb, so they give him
Okay, so
the
they gave
spot
him the
on the
spot
curb.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's really the play here. You kind of want to just play it wide out over the road, let it hyzer back in the fairway. You have OB on the left-hand side where these trees are. I don't know where that disc came from.
Oh, that was from the other side
okay.
driving towards us. Aaron.
He's going to need this thing to turn a little bit. Oh, yeah, he's looking good. He's right out in the middle. Right out in the middle of the fairway. That's all you need on this hole. You can push it for that eagle putt, but if you're anywhere in front of the basket, you have a low ceiling, so it's real hard to carry that putt anyway. So really, you're playing this out to the fairway and having a little upshot and set yourself up for a birdie.
And Jason with his forehand, or with that overhand shot, as you can see it just right there in front of Kirby, has such strength. And
that's probably what, a 420-foot overhand shot right there?
Yeah. So impressive.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to lack for words sometimes because of that type of experience. And there he goes, just a nice little putter, flicky shot, get it close.
It should be inside the circle there.
Aaron, he had some behind his shot. He got quite a ways down there.
Yeah. Should be right there in the circle.
And this is David's shot. He had the distance.
Yeah,
if that could have skipped in.
He got up the fairway for sure on that. That's kind of the good thing about the road play, though. You get that, those good skips off the road, and as long as you get over the curb, you're going to be down there for sure.
Jason with the wind at his back. Oh!
Nice, good birdie from Jason. Aaron airball on this one. Kirby with a good putt for a 3.
Wow. He did make it quite a ways past the basket on that.
Yeah, I think he had that kind of right to left pushing wind, and it just kind of carried it.
David wanted to make sure and take his time and get this right. Which he does. Aaron to clean up that bogey, darn it. Austin takes a 3-stroke lead from the card. Hole 16, 340 foot. Pin sets up on a little hill. A couple of routes, you can go straight at it, or a flex line over the trees to the right. This is more of a straight line towards it.
Go in it.
Yep, that's looking like that's perfect, just right at the bottom of the hill.
But a little bit further.
You know, I've seen a lot of people playing that wide hyzer out over the road.
Oh, Lord.
And I guess it is safer because you do have OB on the left side.
Oh.
Right, he's...
Oh, which he is
might be
just in,
OB.
yeah.
But I've seen a lot of people playing that wide line. It is a good line. I prefer the kind of direct, straight up the middle route, but looks like Kirby might be lining up that hyzer.
Yeah, just getting it high enough to get over the trees on the right
Yeah.
and then fall back into the fairway. The wind is coming left to right, so as soon as that plate turns down, it gets pushed down a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely pushed it down. You almost want to maybe disc up just a little bit, just knowing that it's going to push down on you.
And here's David. He's taking more of a straighter line. Oh, that's a great looking shot.
Yeah, great shot.
Oh, right up there on the hill.
That's perfect. Up on that concrete, I guess, which that concrete is inbounds.
Yeah, there is no out of bounds on that concrete. The out of bounds play is this left, which Aaron is coming close to,
Yeah,
but he didn't. He's inbounds also.
not too bad. At least for a scary putt, but
Jason.
he's kind of giving it a half run. It's kind of nerve-wracking. You know, that hill drops on the back just like it is on the front, so you definitely will get those rollaways.
Yeah, Kirby.
Great putt from Kirby.
Because that wind is pushing up over that hill too, it creates a different type of current.
For sure. I think most players are worried about going past the basket because it does leave you with a somewhat of a headwind putt up the hill, kind of a scary putt.
Great putt by Austin. And here's David, and he's probably about 10 foot out.
Nice birdie
Great.
from David. And the little turbo.
Jason to come in and clean up his par. It's about what you'd expect on that. 3 out of 5.
Yeah, you know,
3 out of 5 on that.
it looks like a kind of easy hole, but it's when you're standing on that pad, it's not quite as easy as you think.
Hole 17, we are throwing from the rec tee on this one. It's only about 350 foot. There is the forehand and the backhand on this one also. There's out of bounds to the left, but the right of the fairway is quite open.
Yes, you do have this Mando tree. And Austin throwing a wide forehand.
A little risky there.
Yeah, but
Oh.
perfect.
Yeah, use the wind just right.
Nice. Yeah, and that OB line is right in the middle of those trees right there on the left-hand side.
Kirby with the backhand, having
Little
it,
turnover shot. That's nice.
yeah, a little forward skip.
Leave him about 25 out on the right side of the basket. David gonna line up that same shot, it looks like.
Yeah, I think for these guys it might be a question on fairway or a high-speed driver on some of this shot.
Yeah, you know, during the practice round, I was throwing an Explorer on the hole during the round, but I did throw a mid in warm-ups, and I was about circle's edge short. So for me, it was one of those disc up, throw a little softer, or try to pump a mid as hard as you can.
Great shot by Aaron there. Here's Jason with his forehand approach. And I believe it's off to the right there.
side.
Yeah. He wasn't willing to risk it like Austin. Here he is, got the tree in the way. Into a headwind.
Yeah, you can tell the wind's definitely picking up a little bit through this second round. You start seeing the trees blowing a little bit, and the flags.
Oh, and Aaron, no medal.
Aaron, he's a little off on his putt right now.
Kirby, another
Nice
good
too.
putt.
He's really only had one mistake this whole round. So far he's playing a very good round.
Way above his rating,
Yes.
which is fantastic to
way
see.
above his rating. And if you've never checked them out, check out Storm Discs. Kirby and Hope Carter, they're out on tour right now, following the tour. Check them out.
Oh, Aaron,
Just a little
yeah,
off.
he is off on that putt this afternoon. Austin with the drop-in birdie.
Jason cleaning up his 3 there.
Mr. Hernandez.
Cleaning up his
Yeah.
3. And Austin, he's really starting to run away with this through the second round with a 6-stroke lead on second place
Hole
as
eight.
far as this card.
Yeah, in hole 18, 550 foot, that 2-shot par 4. Looking to get somewhere around 400, 450 to make you an easier upshot. There are trees in the fairway. OB off to the right. OB off to the left if you can make it to the road.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people kind of playing this play right here, kind of playing that left side of the fairway.
Yeah.
And if you can get on that left side, it definitely opens up. But the right side, the right side's open too. You're just kind of pushing that OB line if you play to the right side of the fairway on this one.
And he got his to flip up and go straight.
Good shot. Just clear those trees. Should be right there around where Austin's at. In the past, there used to be a big oak tree just about 20 foot to the right of this basket. And they lost it last year, but kind of changed the play of this hole because used to you wanted to be left to avoid that tree on your upshot. And this year, like where David's playing, that's a great play. He's just up on the right side. He's going to get just past those trees. He should have an open look at the basket from there.
Last round, Jason had got him a little tree love. This round, he's out there,
I
but
couldn't tell if he caught that last tree or not, but he should be safe. He's a little bit longer of an upshot, but not too bad.
looks like Aaron's taking some of that frustration out on that
For-
drive there.
For sure, he flipped that thing up nice. Good drive. It
Great
got down there
drive.
good ways.
That's what you just want to be in front of this tree line, nearly as Jason is, just so there's nothing in your way.
Yep, just get past the trees and you should have a pretty, not an easy upshot. You do have a headwind on this hole, but not too bad. It's a very manageable upshot.
Kirby looks like he's got this one just about right.
Yep, and just over that hill is basically the play. Get over that hill and you should leave yourself about 20 foot.
And David with the same type of idea, just going to try to hyzer in and set it close to the basket.
So right where his disc landed, you can see where that old tree used to be right there, the right hand of the side of the basket. And it really made this hole a lot easier when they lost that tree for sure.
Has stand still, he's asking for it to stop, and it
Great
does
shot.
right next to the basket.
Aaron with that big drive, that one's a pump right there. You got that one down there.
Yeah, he's probably within 100 foot and probably 460 or something with the drive.
Yeah, that's one of the longer drives I saw all tournament for sure on that hole.
Oh,
Just a little low.
yeah, he didn't seem to put enough into that.
There, found a putt there. That's a good birdie from Aaron. This is a par 4, correct?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, great birdie from Aaron.
You can see a little setup in the background. There was a couple that was kind enough to bring waters and fruits for the players as they played. And it came in very handy for myself, and I'd like to thank them again for that.
For sure. I believe that was Kobe Sanchez's grandparents maybe that did that.
I believe you're right. And there we are. At the end of this, we have Austin at -16.
We got a good battle going on between the second place guys. Austin's kind of running away with this, but great battle here.
Please come back and join us for the second half of this.